Higgins winning by 6 frames to 3. And I'm pleased to say that Ronnie has stepped in to join us. Many congratulations, Ronnie. It is a delight to watch you when you're playing like that. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed it. Yeah, yeah, it's, when you play well and cueing well, you always enjoy it. But then to do it against someone like John, it's even more special. Yeah.
And he is such a tough competitor and somebody that you've played probably more than anybody else in your career. Does that change the way you go into this game? Are you more focused, more excited?
No, I think you have to be like standards high, especially in this tournament. So every match you've got to be on it, But John, he's him and Stephen, the two greatest players ever that I've ever played. So I bow to them too. Everybody else, then they can stay below me, if you know what I mean. But he really is like a different league. You know what I mean? So to do it against John is always a special achievement.
And no matter how he's playing, you can't write him off, and you got into that great lead, couple of frames, and it looked ominous for John, and I'm sure in his mind he was thinking back to last year when you beat him 6-0, but obviously got back into the match. What were you thinking at that mid-session interval?
No, just keep playing. I've played John so many times, that like sometimes you can just sit in your chair for 5-6 frames and not see a ball. So, I kind of prepared myself for that. And I thought, well, if I do get a chance, then you're going to have to score, put him under some pressure, because we're all human, and you put a bit of pressure on anybody, they've got more chance of missing. So that's all I kept thinking, really.
The first match today, obviously, the first frame against Bentley, you looked a bit scrappy. You missed a blue in the middle going to the pack by about that far. And then to end the day like this, you made 6 centuries the way you played. What did you just decide to be more aggressive?
I decided that because I've only played like 2 tournaments. All the other guys have played 10, so I feel like I was a little bit like nervy coming in it, thinking I might be off the pace. And then I started a bit negative, and I thought, and I felt it. I felt like he was more the aggressor. So I thought, solid, just start going for a few shots. Changed something in my technique, which kind of got me hitting the ball a little bit better, and I started to flow a bit. The
table's playing well, maybe a touch easy, make you go for more pots.
Yeah. I mean, like any table's tough if you're queuing round corners, but if you're queuing all right, it's an easy table to score. And soft cushions, they're a little bit generous. I think they should make the tables a little bit harder. It's a bit like you put in like Tiger Woods on a golf course, and it's like. Fairways are like 200 foot wide, they're flat greens, no wind.
Yeah,
it's a bit like playing snooker now. I think they should make the cloths a bit heavier, maybe tighten the pockets up a little bit, and then you'll see a bit more creativity, because you got, it's so easy sometimes once you get the balls open that anyone can clear up these days,
You look like you enjoy playing John, and even when he was cleaning up, to go to all of that, it's going to hurt you, but in some ways you appreciate it, don't you?
I love snooker. I've watched a lot of snooker now, doing the punditry, and I was sitting there and I thought, well, I've got the best chair in the house. You're watching John play up close. He's a different class. He really is. He's just beautiful to watch. It's like watching a master at work. So but you've got to try and put it out of your head as well. But it does inspire you to think, well, I've got to really. Find some top form to win.
You love it here in Coventry. You've always had success here.
Up the road, that's why.
And you've never failed to reach the final. What is it about this tournament, do you think?
I don't know. I just think it's just a nice. You just got a few players here. You're quite quiet in. When you're going around the venue.
3 days, didn't you? First day, semi-final, and final.
I mean, most tournaments are like a marathon. There, 128 players. It's like a marathon, and I can't play too many marathons. So. This, you can see the bit of the finish line before the tournament's even started, so you get a little bit excited. But
makes a difference coming to a venue, Jill. I think when the boys know they're coming in, they'll get a proper practice, and that you can schedule your day.
Yeah, I mean, like the 1 to 8 draws now, I won't even enter the building until if I get to the last 16, I'm just going to turn up like 5 minutes before my game play, because it's just it's absolute chaos there. Honestly, it's just mental, mate. Honestly, it's unbelievable.
It can be actually.
At least when you come here, you feel appreciated. You feel a little bit it's nice. It's like nice soft carpet, all that sort of stuff.
I'm sure you would appreciate it everywhere you go, Ronnie.
You feel motivated to play well, but when you go to some of these other places, you just get there and you're beat before you started, and you just think, God, it's so demotivating. But here, you come here, you get excited, and if you get excited, you tend to play all right,
I know what Ronnie means. Obviously, if you need a bit of inspiration to make you play, sometimes I've found them as well. In some of the venues, when you go to I don't want to denigrate leisure centres, but they don't really have that atmosphere, do you? Walking past swimming pools and all sorts of stuff, and it doesn't really get you going and get you look forward to playing.
Honestly, it's so awful, and just straight away you're like, oh, I've just got to grin and bear it. But day 3 or 4, you get so used to it because it's that bad that you end up not caring anyway. So and it's not good really, But this tournament's great, good venue, and you get excited,
And we haven't seen you much this year, as you mentioned. You played a couple of tournaments, won one and got to the semis.
I just can't bear it, honestly. The tournaments are that bad, honestly. I just can't bear it, and I thought I'm not going to put myself through it. Like if someone offered me last season again now, I'd say no, you can keep it, because it was just like dashing from one place to another. And I didn't enjoy it, you know. I got ground down.
Do you think John should do the same? Because John seems to play in a lot of tournaments, and he says he's fallen out of love with the game. Do you think he should do the same?
I fell out of love with the game, and I won 5 tournaments and 7 finals last year.
Now, I feel it would improve John to do that.
And I'm loving the game now. And I said to John, you know, you just don't get sucked into these ranking points and all that, you know. I think a tournament without me and John in it is a lot less anyway, so we should just forget about rankings, play. And once we're not in them tournaments, you know, sponsors and TV might go, well, why aren't they in there? But I'm not chasing ranking points anymore. I'm just going to play for my fans, try and be in good form when I do play, and forget about the rankings, have a different perspective on it, and just play and just get ready for tournaments and enjoy getting ready for it, because that's the buzz.
Collect trophies.
Well, it's hard, you know. It's a real, you know, it's all high risk. But as long as I stay on the tour, you know, it's a flat 1-8 draw, so it doesn't really matter if you're in the top 16, apart from the Masters, Shanghai, and the Worlds. But I'm not really bothered about that. I just like playing. I like competing. So I just have to compete on my own terms, and obviously I'm going to miss out on a lot of events that on the 1-year list, but I don't really care. I'd rather be happy and chilling and enjoying playing, you know.
Although we'd quite like to see you playing in our series in the spring, which is on the 1-year list. So
yeah, well, I probably won't make that unless I win one of the big tournaments like the UK and that, because obviously I haven't played.
Well, there's every chance.
Yeah,
play like that, you'll have no bother.
I've got a chance, but there's a lot of very, very good players. You know, you are putting all your eggs in one basket. But I'm not. Listen, I've had to change my perspective and just think, well, what will be will be. As long as I get to play some tournaments, I'm happy. You know.
Be interesting to see if John Higgins might share that view, thinking about his future. But listen, after his defeat to you tonight, we've got some words from John Higgins now.
John, that was a cracking match to watch. Just the odd mistake here and there made the difference.
Yeah, it was. I'm a bit disappointed, but then I can't really be Ronnie. Ronnie just went up a level from 3-2. I was 3-2 in front. I can just remember him. He potted a blue. I think that probably won him the game. I think it was at 3-all. He took the blue into the green bag, screwed back, and I think he would have left the frame there. And when potting that blue, I think that he just went up a gear. He probably was seen the pockets like buckets then, and he ran out. Now a deserved winner. Yep.
He made 6 centuries today. He seems to be in tip-top form.
Yeah, that's normally what he's like, Ronnie. Yeah, I can't speak highly enough of him as a player. He's an unbelievable snooker player. And if you're just not on your game, and your safety as well has got to be so tough, it's so tight against him as well, you're not going to win.
You're a born winner, an all-time great. To be involved in that kind of occasion, did that get the competitive juices flowing again?
Yeah, of course it does now, and I was enjoying it. I done a decent break to level at 2-all, and then I've went front 3-2, and I felt good. But he just shut me out. And as I said, I had a couple of loose shots. I shouldn't have played a double. I can remember one of the frames, but you just want to try and make something happen because he's at the table all the time. You're trying to push it maybe a little bit, and you can't afford to do that.
Finally, though, great positive these days. There's always another tournament around the corner and plenty to play for before Christmas.
Yeah, of course. Now we've got Northern Ireland, we're at Belfast next week, and then you've got the UK Championship, obviously, and then the Scottish Open, which is a hometown event. So yeah, now I'll get the chin up and just try and get some hard practice in. I need it, and hopefully do well in the next few tournaments.
Thanks, John. Great.
Cheers, Phil. Thanks.
Yeah, a lot of respect between you two players. It's great to hear that. And he made mention of it there, 6 centuries. If it was any other player, we'd be, falling off our chairs. 6 centuries in a day. This fella did 7, I think, one day. But 965 centuries. When's the big 1,000 coming?
I don't know. Another 35 more centuries. I don't know. Probably not this season.
Just going to get 999 and deliberately miss all the time.
No, keep you waiting. Yeah.
Wait till you get to the Crucible and do it later.
Just keep twitching up deliberately.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, listen, you've got Sean Murphy on Friday night, a rematch from last year's final. What are your thoughts on that one?
Sean's a fantastic player. He's had a bit of a ropey season by his own standards. Hasn't been able to get out of the qualifiers and most of the tournaments. So, he's due to sort of turn a corner. So, played some good snooker yesterday. Tough match. Especially on this table, if he gets going, mate, he's going to be hard to stop. So I've got to play well.
OK, listen, thanks for joining us tonight. Well done on that win. After the break, we'll be